What is going on, y'all? We are back for another episode of the Parlay Olay Bets Best Bet Show. As you know, if you've been following along, we're only posting shows Monday through Friday, not Saturdays and Sundays. And we've had an unbelievable track record to start off this year since we've started this show. We are 26-9 on our free YouTube plays spanning both NBA and Unrivaled, and it's been awesome to give you out these free plays. We also are plus 15.81 units in the Discord. A little bit of a downturn this weekend on the plays within the VIP Discord. Had some injury issues, some bad reads, just some bad luck, just kind of a spectrum of those things. But it happens, and we'll keep grinding, and we're going to get it back today. And so starting with these three plays that we have, I'm going to give you three NBA plays for today since we're fresh off of a weekend here. And they're a little bit of some aggressive plays here. So first off, we're going to do Quinton Post over 8.5 points. And there's several factors to this. The first of which is going to be the fact that the Timberwolves allow a ton of points to the roll man. So simply put, let's just look at that on Props Madness. When you look at pick and roll man, bottom 10, he is averaging 2.5 more field goal attempts a game, 3 points more per game against the pick and roll man defense that is weak. A lot of that's Rudy dropping. Quinton didn't even take those threes. Let's take that out. Now, Al Horford is already out, all right? So that's a huge piece of this as well. Excuse me, I have a cold. Al Horford is out. When Al Horford is out, Quinton Post's minutes bump up 7.2 minutes more per game without Al Horford. Field goal attempts plus 2.9, points plus 4. A lot of this is they don't really need Post and his size if they have Al Horford. Again, not that big of a deal here. And then you look at the pick and roll man. Look at these curves, right? That's exactly what you want to see. It drops in the red, it ups in the green. All right. Again, no Al Horford, pick and roll man. We see a lot of success here. And we saw that specifically against the Timberwolves, which is awesome. And now he didn't shoot well, but he shot a lot. And that's really what you're looking for is that volume there. You expect him to connect on that. Again, Rudy is not going to go out to the perimeter. He's going to drop, which gives a lot of opportunities for bigs to shoot threes. Post is a three-point shooter. I also looked at taking threes, but I like the ability to kind of get in the lane as well, especially with the volume he's going to have here. Okay, the other piece I want to call out, Steph Curry and Draymond were just listed as questionable. This really feels like one of those Steve Kerr specials, everyone's out type of game, which again, Post going to have a lot of opportunities here without those three. So Steph, out. Jimmy, out. Draymond, out. Anything aside, right? The volume is there without those guys. 26 minutes, 32 minutes, 23 minutes, 10 shots, 14 shots, 13 shots. So I like the matchup. I like the injuries. I think this is a good opportunity for Quinton Post. It looks like it just bumped up to 9.5. Oh, still 8.5 on DraftKings. That's what I gave it out at in the Discord last night, actually. I like this. I knew Al Horford was going to be out. So I would take 8.5 points for Quinton Post. I'm also probably going to be looking at his assist as well, but more to come on that. Let's see what that. All right. Not bumped too far, dropping a little bit. Okay. So I definitely like the assist as well. We're going to have some more assist opportunities without those guys in the lineup, but we'll get to that in another time. Jumping over to the Lakers, play number 2 is going to be LeBron James over 6.5 rebounds. I've struggled to take LeBron props this year because it really feels like it just depends on his energy level on that given day. But the Bulls are a great matchup for LeBron to get boards. Let's just take a look, though, at Props Madness to see what does the data tell us. So versus position rebounds, bam. Okay, against bottom 10 teams in terms of rebounds allowed to that forward spot, we see LeBron have a lot of success here. With the one time not hitting that earlier in the season, right? I think that's one of his first games, actually. So then you see here 9, 9, 9, and 8 against teams that are bottom 10 and forwards allowing rebounds. But what I like to see is how is he getting those rebounds? And when you watch LeBron on tape, his defense is lackluster. It's a lot of highlight defense, right? He's going to jump over here occasionally. He's really just kind of sagging into the paint to see if he can impact something and allowing those three shooters some open looks, but also allows him some open opportunities to get boards on the weak side. So I'm going to pull up some videos here. When you look at Jaylen Brown, had a lot of success getting 8 boards last game, and here's why. Let's just pull this up and actually let's mute that real quick because that's not what I don't want to have that on volume. All right. So let's just pull that up again. We'll rewind. Again, Jaylen Brown over here, give him the rebound, okay? Next play. I think we're going to see something similar. After this free throw, fine, that's a rebound. That's okay. I'm fine with that. But again, soon we're going to see it. Jaylen Brown lined up over here on the sumo, sagging into the paint. The Bulls take top 10 in the league in three-point attempts, which allows some looks like that. We see Brown again, sagging over here. He's just chilling. He's going to get that backside rebound. That is where LeBron thrives, right? And then Jalen Smith as well likes to play on the edge. You see over here, he's kind of hitting the three-point shot. That's sometimes going to be his opportunity sitting in the corner, which again, LeBron's going to be generally on him, which allows him to sag in the paint. Again, Jalen over here on Vooch. That's where I like to see LeBron at. That's generally where he is at. So I like LeBron over 6.5 rebounds in this game. That's going to be my play number 2. And then play number 3 is going to be Brandon Miller, over 3.5 assists in this game. And now this game is going to be live in 50 minutes, so I apologize for the quickness turnaround of this. But what I really like here is when you look at restricted zone defense, he's averaging 1.7 more potential assists per game and 1.7 more assists per game. So I like that 3.5 number. But what I like about it is when he's getting into the paint, it's really because he's dumping it off to the bigs. That's what we saw against the Wizards. He drives, he kicks. He drives, he dumps. And that's what you want to see when you're attacking something like this. When you look at some of the other guys, you're seeing some of those drives as well. One of the ones in particular I really liked was Keyshawn George's tape about a month ago. A lot of drives and then dumps off to the centers to finish off the play. 3.5 assists here feels like an easy win against a Philly defense that is going to allow him to get into the paint, but then also try to step up on him once he gets there, allow some behind the scene cuts from the bigs here. So those are my 3 plays. We have Brandon Miller over 3.5 assists, LeBron James over 6.5 boards, and Quentin Post over 8.5 points. That's what I got for you today. If you like this content, make sure to check out the Discord or the WAP link in the bio, which will get you access to the Discord, and you can get all of our plays right there for $25 a month. Unrivaled, if you use that code Unrivaled, you'll get 50% off your first month to the Discord. And we are winning. I think the total Discord is up 40-ish units this month alone between me and some of the other guys as well that we're all tracking every single day in the Discord. So check that all out. That's what I got for you today. I'll be back tomorrow, and I appreciate you all tuning in and subscribing. Thanks, y'all.